guys, if you don't know who I am, you missed out on a bunch of great videos here on YouTube. But I'm sure all of you guys know who that is. CHC, and he owns the biggest art channel on YouTube. And I know a lot of you guys think,
what happened to you?
Cause he traded his pencil for markers and went nuts for customizations. Which is totally okay, by the way, he's doing a great job. Instead of drawing his comic book character called Dax on a piece of paper, he's drawing Turkey, a stuffed cuddly toy, on iPhones. So my plan is to draw Turkey, but in CHC's old comic book style.
I love this plan!
Let's trade cuteness for coolness. And my name is Dr. Rocket, by the way. Make sure to subscribe if you like comic book art. And also, watch the whole video. I will give you a lot of tips and tricks. But now, let's draw! I'm using a Staedtler 2mm mechanical pencil with a 2H lead on a Strathmore Bristol Paper 200 series. And now I will start off with drawing a pretty big turkey, filled with comic book characters. So let's go!
Let's do it!
Done with the main shape, which means Turkey is ready to be customized, sort of. But in a good way, in a very good way, in a comic book style way. Pencil on paper! So let's stuff our turkey here with some really neat comic book fillings. That was deep. Anyway, let's go! And we are done with the belly. Spiderman swinging through New York City. I think I should have used a ruler for the background, but it worked out good enough, I guess. It's pretty small actually. I kinda drew a ring about the belly right here, because I wanted it to look a bit like a comic book panel. And now the plan is to draw this dude. A little bit bigger and in this area here. Venom was a character CHC always liked to draw back in the good old days. So I figured, let's go with Venom. And it's fitting to Spider-Man. So let's do that. My idea was to draw Venom about here, face, and the head. And maybe that he reaches out like that, shoulder. That he reaches out to Spider-Man in the other panel, but still. Something like that. And the other hand would come out here and come back in this panel, so to say, here. Already changed it up a bit. This is the shoulder, and I guess the head should be about here. Something like that. Big mouth. I draw out now, so I can make sure everything is where it needs to be. But afterwards I will erase this area, of course. I'm also using this one for reference. That's actually working pretty good. There's the big muscle right here, and all the big veins in the neck will be here. There we already have to draw the teeth. Just in case you're wondering why the camera is fiddling around all the time, young man here stole the camera cable. Hey Laurie, are you feeling good down there? Come here, little one. You crawled away from your blanket? I love you. Okay, Lawrence is safe again, back on the blanket. And as you can see, I'm almost done with the strong blacks right here. Just a few more on the face and then that's it. Then the rendering will start. If you want to make a very smooth shading, you take a 2H pencil and then you make sure that this surface here is flattened a little bit, and then you have to make sure that you don't use all the pressure but like a middle pressure like that. Then you can start like this, and when you add the next layer, and you don't use all the pressure, you can see it's very smooth and even. It's a very nice look. It's not really important because actually those pencils, they are just to let the inker know where he needs to fill in all the blacks, but still it looks quite nice. Yes, Lawrence. If you want to do it really nice, then you use one of those, or even the finger, but with those it's better. And then you just do this. And then you have a really totally smooth surface. Okay, Lawrence, I'm coming. Laurie, look, say hello to the audience. There you are. Can you see yourself? Yes, say hello. Hello, YouTube family. The cool thing with Venom is you can fill in as many extra bumps as you like. You can do a lot of patterns. Doesn't have to look as clean. You can use all kinds of different patterns. The more the merrier, it seems, with Venom. But I guess we're about done with the strong blacks. And also a lot of veins. A lot of veins for Venom. They work so nicely with this creature. And we actually are done with the strong blacks for Venom. Which means we will bring him to life properly now. Also with the 2H pencil. We will do a lot of hatching lines like in this Batman drawing right here. Hatching and cross-hatching. And it's not just that a drawing like this will look more alive with those lines. It's also starting to get three-dimensional, like here to be seen on the bicep. Also like here on the Hulk drawing, it adds more depth. So, back to work! When you are hatching with a pencil, it's quite different to hatching with inks, because you can actually use this method quite a lot. You're almost doing circles. You can even do circles, small oval circles like this, and then you can hatch out of them. Or you can just really do those hatching lines, and I like to do them like this a lot. And what I really like even more than when hatching with inks, when you want to break up a line, you can just stay on the line because it's almost not visible. You know what I mean? When I would do that with inks, I would do a hatching line and then I would have to find the right line again, right here, which is way more difficult than when you're just going like this. You can stay on the paper and then you increase the pressure and you're on your line again. That's a big major plus for hatching with pencil. And a very neat trick when you don't want to hatch all the way up here because it would be too much, but at the same time you feel it's too light. At least with Venom you could always do little holes and stuff like that. So you can darken up an area and it looks brilliant, look at that. Every now and then make sure to clean up the paper on the back, because all those little rubber smithereens, they really can be a pain in the butt when you want to hatch and do really small details. Because because then you have bumps in the lines. When you have to erase something, and even though you're using a 2H lead, which means not much smudging, you still might see, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but I still can see clearly where I did use the eraser. What you can do after you erase, just use a finger to smudge it on purpose again, and now it's gone. Looks way better. You can also use an eraser to get rid of the smudge on your hand, but the best way to prevent smudging is a piece of paper, of course. Sometimes you have to revisit an area, like here, the crotch area, it's too bright, so I will darken it up again, which means more hatching lines. Yeah, that's better. Those little hatching lines really take a lot of time, but they totally make the difference, so don't leave them out. Take the time and do it properly. You will be happy afterwards. And when you do them with pencil, like I do right now, just make small circles. With the inks you would just do like a dot, but here you just do a small circle. But still, even with the small things right here, don't overdo them. Don't over-render everything. It's not easy to find out what's best, and it's also a lot of style choices there, but keep in mind to try not to overdo too much of those areas. Okay, we got Venom and Spiderman, plus some background from Spiderman with all the buildings. But I don't want to do buildings again for the background with Venom, because I guess that would be too much. So I will go with some clouds of smoke. And we're done with the pencil part. Looks nice, but it's pretty hard to see that that should be turkey. So, what will we do about that? We will use some inks and we will do some pretty fat lines, fat outlines for turkey, so he will stand out quite good. But then when you take a closer look, you can see all those details. So, let's go! And for this operation I will use this weird pen right here. It's a Micron, A3, and here's this tip. So I should be fairly fast. Let's go! And now you can see that's turkey. But still a lot of CHC comic book drawings going on in there. Looks pretty cool, I think. We got Spider-Man taking a swing in the city, and Venom chasing him right there. Clouds of smoke in the background, and all of it inside our little turkey. And should you like CHC's old comic book stuff, check out this video. In this one I redrew his original character called Dax. Go on, click it now. Yes, that's the right decision. So, see you there.